On the one hand, we saw enormous prejudice, stigma, cruelty born from fear, paranoia. On the other hand, you saw human beings displaying their best sense of community, compassion, courage. And before I come to the sad stories that stay with me, I want to talk about the stories of hope that stay with me. I want to say that, on our channels, this Hindu Muslim ladai jhagda was going on. But on the ground, I saw no such thing. I did not see any division based on religion. I saw other kinds of assault on health workers, treating nurses like pariahs, asking health workers to evict housing societies, bodies being abandoned. One of the most disturbing things that I saw during COVID was the enormous fear, because people knew so little that they weren't even willing to perform the last rites of people they loved. And in the midst of this despair, I saw the extraordinary compassion of Indians who, I remember meeting this man called Abdul Malbari in Surat. And on his ambulance, there were 4 words and it said, funerals for lonely humans. So people who had no one else to look after them when they died, this man would go and either cremate or bury the dead. And in his little office, he had the prayer mat that Muslims use, and he had the Ganga Jal and the Rudraksh that Hindus use. I met, Hindu volunteers who were distributing food, and they decided that all they needed to do was to get homes to cook 5 extra rotis in their home. So people didn't know how to help, but they said, let's do something simple. We'll make 5 extra rotis, and they would gather these rotis and then distribute them at camps. I remember here in Bengaluru, meeting a man who worked in the IT sector. And he had a 9-year-old daughter, but he was also expecting another child. His wife was 6 months pregnant. She got COVID. After the usual thing which happened in every state, there was no state where it didn't happen, where in the second wave he had to run from hospital to hospital. His wife died and the baby was stillborn. And he was a Hindu man, and he told his daughter that your mother has gone to fight COVID with Ma Durga in heaven, because he didn't have the heart to tell her, she was only 9 years old, that her mother had died. But now there was a stillborn baby. And he said, I had collapsed so badly that I did not have the heart to bury this baby. Now, in Hindu custom, babies are not burnt. So then you had a group of Muslim volunteers who stepped in, and they went and buried the baby at a Hindu cremation ground. And I saw across the religious divide, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, yes, I saw a lot of cruelty and a lot of despair and a lot of prejudice, but I also saw extraordinary connections and community.